Hello and welcome to this second movie around EAS and SDM. Today I will have an introduction to the SDM, the Security Development Method. So today we will learn what SDM stands for, what SDM helps with, what the base wheel for the SDM looks like, and the different constituents of the SDM, and how the SDM relates to the EAS, and how to interpret SDM processes. So let's look at the acronym. SDM stands for Security Development Method, and the SDM is a method for applying EA documentation according to EAS in a very structured way. It helps you to not forget things and shows tips and tricks for analyzing your model, and shows how the security architect and other security rules are active during the whole EA documentation cycle. So when we look into the SDM, we see two major architects. We have the enterprise architect that acts as a model knowledgeable project manager. You can see it like during the whole SDM cycle. The enterprise architect analyzes problems and quality issues for the organization as a whole, and initiates other types of architects that takes over detailing at some point. So you have the enterprise with a holistic view, and at some level or at some point, he or she activates other architects. And the other main architect that is present in the SDM is the security architect. The security architect acts as a model knowledgeable security professional, and he or she works tightly with the enterprise architect and gives input as well as reacts to changes in the EA landscape. And the security architect is also responsible for modeling security related aspects of the EA. So he or she takes input and captures it in the EA model. And also the security architect is responsible for communicate relevant information to other security roles. So if we look at the different security roles in the SDM, modeled here with the EAS framework and symbols, we have at the top, we have the CSO, Chief Security Officer. And we have also, as a partner on the right side, we see the security architect that reports to the CSO. We also have a role that's called Physical Security Officer, which is responsible for the physical security of the organization, like buildings and gates and stuff. And then we have the information-oriented security officers, the CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, and the IT security manager that works a little bit more operationally. So how do we secure the organization with the help of EAS? We have something called security groups, and the security groups attach different business roles that are driven from the business modeling or business architecture work. So there you find the different roles, and now you can build the security groups based on these business roles. And these security roles can now control different resources by securing them with a control relationship. So what the control relationship does is that it creates a link from the security group to the EA resource. And the EA resource can be something like relates to the physical world, like a business unit or entrance to those facilities, or it could be a system, or information entity, anything in the body of the EAS or the enterprise model can be controlled by a security group. And a security group can be interpreted like an AD group if you're in the Microsoft world, for example, or it could be something else. But that is the entity that the security architect works a lot with the security group in combination with control relationships. So, for example, when the security architect models physical security, he or she works closely with the PSO to ensure like entrances and access to physical facilities. And when we work with IT, we have the different information related roles more closely, and then the security group probably relates or controls software resources. But we can secure the whole organization with these security groups controls, because we make no difference of physical things and software things. So it's a holistic view for the security. We'll talk more about that later on when we break down the EAS in the different layers. So the core principles of the SDM is to mix oversight with detail. So the big picture can be detailed into more detailed models and aspects of the model. So the enterprise architect is mainly responsible for creating the big picture, and he or she communicates to other architects, which are, for example, business architects, information architects, etc., which at some point take over the work and detail it further on. At the same time as the EA has close communication with commercial architect, business architect, etc., with this layer architect, he or she has a close communication and interaction with the security architect, which is always present in all the processes in order to secure the organization as a whole. So there's a multitude of different architects that are present during the whole SDM cycle. So if we look at the SDM wheel, there are different letters, A to H. We start with the A, architecture vision, and then we continue with one layer at a time, the commercial architect, business architect, etc., and so on. So totally, there are 3 levels in the SDM. What you saw, the yellow ones can be seen as main processes. Each main process has sub-processes, which in turn have tasks. So if you drill down into one of those yellow ones, the main processes, you will see, for example, an overview of the sub-process flow for that layer or that yellow circle, if you will. And there you see the different rows that are activated and an overview of the whole view, the whole flow, the main flow. And if you click on some of those, drill down into some of those sub-processes, you see guiding information, how to apply the EAS, tasks that you should do, the right order, tips and tricks, and what roles do, together with the Rocky information. And we also see the consumed and reproduced results during this whole flow. So 3 levels, the circle, which is the top level, showing main processes, and the next level, the flow of the main process, the interior of it, showing sub-processes, and under that we see the tasks and details. So three levels. So the relation between the SDM and EAS is that you can say that the SDM is the verbal part of the EAS. The EAS is the structure, It says how things relate to each other, and the SDM puts life into this, and you do things in a correct order. So ES, structure, SDM, the verbs. So if we look at one of the main processes, we see a navigator here on top, architecture vision, and then you have the sub processes, the flow, and all the roles that you can see here. We see also small letters here. We see the Rocky is responsible. It's CI, communication and informed, etc. So you can see the different Rocky letters here, very viewable. And this is also the construct that you can use yourself when you apply ES. You can responsibly share the different Rocky responsibilities that each role has. And if you drill down furthermore to the third level, you see governing elements on top. And here you actually see a control relationship. You see different lanes with the responsibles, and then you see different responsibles here and informed according to the Rocky model. And also you see results, high-level requirement set in this example. And at this third level, you also see tips and tricks and queries that you can ask your model in order to comply with the standards and rules in the EAS. So the goal is to be clear from all the warnings and incomplete feedback that you get from the queries in the EAS. So you can always, when you have done some step in the EAS, you do these completion queries and warnings queries, and then you can work yourself guided by the EAS in order to get no feedback left, that then you're home, then you're in line with the standard. So I hope that we have taught you today or explained what SDM stands for and what we promised in the beginning. So I will say, like any other YouTube subscriber, I get nothing from these videos. I hope that you like this and you feel that this is something important for emerging. Please like this and subscribe. Forward this link to others that may be helped and interested in this topic. So that would help me a lot. So thank you for that. And here I have some contact information if you want to mail me or something, and you can comment in the YouTube videos if you want. So thank you for this.